Hello and welcome to tonight's edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Well, we've got a really strange puzzle for you today. It's called Schrödinger. It's by JT. I think that's James T. I don't know what the surname is, but this has been recommended to us by none other than Dying Flutchman, who some of you might remember is an absolutely phenomenal setter of very interesting Sudoku puzzles. And Dying Flutchman wrote a special email to us saying that we simply had to have a go at this, and so we're going to believe him. Why do I say it's strange? It's because we have to finish the puzzle, and then once we've finished it, there are going to be a pair of digits in that finished solution that were we to exchange every instance of them, so exchange one for the other across the whole grid, the puzzle would still work. And that is a strange concept indeed. I love the idea of this. So I love the title as well. So it's presumably punning on the fact that you're never quite sure whether the cat is alive or dead until you open the box. And here we're not going to be quite sure what the correct finishing solution is, because it's sort of going to have two possible states, I think. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I've got no idea of the difficulty of this either. I found it on Logic Masters and it's only been solved 7 times, so who knows? But I will read you the somewhat strange rules. I think this is definitely a debut for JT in a moment or two's time. Now, what can I tell you about? Well, we've had a request actually for me to read an old poem, not that old, but it must be 100 years or so old. So I will do that at some point. But before that, I will make a quick appeal. If you do enjoy the channel, please do like, please do subscribe. We'd really appreciate it, and it helps to keep the algorithm in check. The puzzle we never seem to be able to solve is the YouTube algorithm, and we'd love to give a wider audience to these wonderful, wonderful puzzles that we get to do every day. And you could help with that. If you enjoy the channel and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Now let me, there we go. And then there you can see the title of the poem that I'm meant to be reading, The Soldier by Rupert Brooke. I'm looking actually at the dates. The date that Rupert Brooke died was in 1915, so I'm not sure if this then applied to him. I don't know if he died in the First World War, but he could have done, and that would make this an awfully poignant poem. Anyway, this is Rupert Brooke's The Soldier. If I should die, think only this of me, that there's some corner of a foreign field that is forever England. There shall be in that rich earth a richer dust concealed, a dust whom England bore, shaped, made aware, gave once her flowers to love, her ways to roam, a body of England's breathing English air, washed by the rivers, blessed by sons of home. And think this heart all evil shed away, a pulse in the eternal mind no less, gives somewhere back the thoughts by England given, her sights and sounds, dreams happy as her day, and laughter learnt of friends, and gentleness in hearts at peace under an English heaven. It's very, very nice, and so yeah, thanks. Well, you know who you are. Thanks for the recommendation to read that. It's a poem I think I did at school originally, and I haven't visited it very much since, but it was nice to spend some minutes in its company today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, with that said and done, let's have a look at Schrödinger by JT, and I will read you the rules to this puzzle. We have got normal Sudoku rules apply, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. And then it says, in this puzzle, there exists a pair of digits where, if you were to swap all the final positions of the 2 digits in the finished grid, the puzzle would still reach a solution which satisfies the conditions set by all other clues. The special pair of digits, the swappable digit pair, is 2 distinct digits which add to 10. Okay, so that prevents them both being 5 or something. 2 distinct digits which add to 10. So we're either looking at 19, 28, 37 or 46. The swappable digit pair is a discoverable, persistent and necessary component for solving this puzzle. Oh, hang on, no, I thought that was going to be it. I was like, hang on, we must know more than that. And there is another paragraph. It says, okay, digits along an arrow sum to the digit in that arrow's circle. So those 3 squares, if that was 1, 2, 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals, oh, I tried to type 6 and missed. That would be how that arrow could work. Digits can repeat along an arrow if allowed by other rules. Right, so that's allowing these 2 cells to be the same, I think. Digits in a killer cage must sum to the small clue in the top left corner of the cage, so those 3 add up to 11, those 3 to 22, etc. And digits cannot repeat within a cage, so we can't make that sort of 7, 7, 8. That won't work. It would work by Sudoku, but we'd have repeated the 7 in the cage, and that's too naughty for words, so we mustn't do that. And pairs of digits with white dots in between are consecutive, so those 2 cells are consecutive. So if this square's a 3, that square's either a 2 or a 4 in order to be consecutive with 3. And they are, let me check, they are all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I get 4 given digits today. And I mean, one thing that occurs to me is that one of these given digits must be a strange digit, mustn't it? Because we're looking at a pair of digits to be swappable that add to 10, it's either 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7 or 4, 6. So one of these digits is a naughty digit. That 8 cage can't be 2, 6, so that's either 1, 7 or 3, 5. A 22 cage must contain a 9. Do I fully pencil mark it? Alright, I will. There's definitely a 9 in that cage. It's either 5, 8, 9 or it's 6, 7, 9. It's 2 options. 14 cage has 2 options, 5, 9 or 6, 8. A 3-cell arrow. We looked at the minimum, which would be a 1, 2, 3 triple on this arrow. That sums to 6. So this square is quite a big old digit. So there's quite a lot of big real estate in column 6. Right. No, I'm not seeing anything at the moment. This cell's even, but literally all the options are available. It's even because this is odd, and across a consecutive pair we'll always find there's an odd and an even digit. No, what I was about to say is nonsense. I was about to say where's 1 in this box. You can't put 1 on a white dot because it would have to have a 2 on it with it, and there's a 2 here. So 1, yeah, I thought 1 was more restricted, but it isn't. It's in one of 3 places. This is weird, actually. So what exactly am I meant to do? It can't be to think about this. I mean, how's this puzzle going to work? Is it to think about that? So there are 2 digits that sum to 10 that have to be... Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. I sort of dimly see. Yeah, okay. Here's a point, and it's only a point, but I will make it. Imagine this was a 9. And imagine 1 appeared on that arrow. Then I can see that that would be impossible. Because, sorry, and that's if 1 and 9 are the naughty digits. But if that was the case, then we're meant to be able to swap the 9 for the 1. In other words, this 3-cell arrow which contained a 9 would sum to 1. That's not going to work. Now that doesn't mean anything more than I've just discovered a thing about the puzzle. I understand something. So there must be some reason. Yeah, yes. Oh, okay. Okay, I've got something. So 9 is definitely in that 22 cage. So if 1 and 9 were swappable in the finish grid, A 1 would flip into this 22 cage and there would be no way it can work. So 1 and 9 are so 1 is a natural digit. Let's have a colour for a natural digit. So it's either 2, 8, 3, 7 or 4, 6. You see, I think it might be 4, 6 actually. The reason I say that is that you could use white dots to sort of, because a white dot with a 5 on it could have a 4 or a 6 on it. That's quite a thought, isn't it? So maybe it's got to be 4, 6. Yeah, okay, it's not 3, 7. It's not 3, 7. No, it really isn't. I was just looking at this cage. I'm just checking my logic is sound. I think that's right. If it was 3, 7, that's going to break this 8 cage. Because if this 8 cage is 3, 5, I'm going to swap a 7 into it. And 7, 5 doesn't add up to 8. It adds up to 12. And of course, if it was 1, 7, adding up to 8, and then I swapped the 3 in for the 7, it would only add up to 4. So that doesn't work. So this digit is also natural. This is very odd, but quite interesting, I have to say. So if my hypothesis is right, I want to disprove 2, 8. How am I going to do that? We might not have an 8 in there, so we can't use that to do it. Well, okay, here's a different point. Can that be 6, 8 now? I don't think it can it? Because whichever is the naughty pair, 4, 6 or 2, 8, we'd swap a low digit into this 14 cage that would make the cage total wrong. Because either 6, 4 or 8, 2 is the naughty pair. So that's 5, 9, which means this isn't 9. That means there's a 1 on this arrow now, because even if it's an 8 here, we'd have to have a 1 because 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 9. So there's definitely a 1 on this arrow. There's definitely a 1 down here. Can that be... Actually, that can't be a 1. This cell here, because this cell would have to be a 2, and this cell would be unfillable, because it couldn't be 1 or 3. So 1 is relegated in column 9. Right, how do we do this then? Right, that can't be 7. Because if that was 7, again, I'd then have to swap a high digit in here. Because if this is 7, this arrow is 1, 2, 4, and I don't know which is the naughty pair. But if it's 2, 8, I have to swap an 8 onto the arrow. And if it's 4, 6, I have to swap a 6 onto the arrow, and it won't add up. So that's not going to work. This is not 7. This is 6 or 8. Now, if it's 6... Okay, it's not 6. Because that's really clever. It's a very good setting, actually. Because if it's 6, I hadn't realised. I could have done this right at the start. We could have said this couldn't be 6 at the start. Because what that does is it makes every single type of naughty pair appear on the arrow. Because whatever the naughty pair is, it breaks, doesn't it? If this is 6, 1, 2, 3, if it's 6, 4 that's naughty, this becomes a 4 and it doesn't add up. If it's 9, 1, a 9 appears. If it's 2, 8, an 8 appears. And if it's 3, 7, a 7 appears. So some way or other, this was always broken. So this is an 8 now, given it can't be a 6. And that must mean, well, we can't swap a 2 into this cell. So 8, 2 is natural and 4, 6 is naughty. There we go, we found something. So this now can't be 1, 3, 4 because that would swap a 6 onto it. So this is 1, 2, 5. And all of these need to be completely pure as the driven snow, don't they? So this is 5, 9. That must be pure. Now, Now what do we do? I don't know. These must both be natural. So 4 and 6 are naughty whenever they appear. I don't know what to do. What can I do with this new knowledge? I know what I can do. This can't have 6 in it anymore because that would swap a 4 into the cage and it wouldn't add up. So this is not 6, 7, 9, it's 5, 8, 9. Now, it's intriguing actually, isn't it? I don't know what to do. Is this obvious in any way at all? Well, hang on. Yes, here is a very, very strange point, but I'm going to make it. Could you put a naughty digit, so naughty digits are 4 and 6, could you ever put them on a white dot in a box where the 5 couldn't join them? No. And what do I mean by that? Imagine this was 4. Now this can't be 5, so it would have to be 3. But now in the finished grid, that 4 is going to become a 6. Or we have to analyse the grid as if it becomes a 6, and the 3 and the 6 would not be consecutive. So the 5 being trapped in the 14 cage, I think means that, well, 4 is in one of 2 places, and 6 is in one of 3 places, I think. Right, so here we can do a little bit of, I can say fatuous things that actually have a consequence. No jokes about how many things I say fatuous. Right, a white dot, it always contains an even digit. Well, 4 and 6 are not available for these 2 white dots, so these have 2 and 8 on them for their even digits. Now 8 can't go with 9, so one of these is a 7-8 pair, and one of them is a 2 with a 1 or a 3. So that can't be 1, so that can't be 2. No, that's not true. It could be 2 if that's a 3, so be careful. Right, so these digits are the 4 and the 6 that we know can't go on the white dots, and whichever of 1 and 3 are not used on the white dot that has the 2 on it. Oh, bobbins, okay, so that hasn't done it, has it? Bother. Okay. Right. I mean, can I put... I'm really sceptical about my ability to be able to put a naughty digit on this arrow. If that has, say that had a 6 on it, and then it would become a 4, I'd have to correct that somehow here, and that just doesn't feel very possible to me. The only way of correcting it would be to have the opposite effect. So for example, if this was, I don't know how to make this work, but if that was a 6, that could become a 4, and if that was a 4, that could become a 6. Now that would preserve the total for the arrow in this cell at 10, but that's not a possible total. There's no other way of doing it. You'd have to correct the total. What about if... No, it just doesn't work. You can't muck about with this. That won't work. Because that, in one case, that's going to decrease by 2 or increase by 2. And you're going to have the same effect on the arrow to make it add up. And this cell sees both of those cells, so that can't work. So I don't think that can be 4 or 6. So this is, well, that's good. Because that means those two... Oh, this is very good, actually. Because according to that logic, this is 4 and 6. And I know the order, so that's 4, that's 6. They are both naughty digits. Now, what on earth does that do? Is it doing something here? Yes. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is lovely. Yeah, this is lovely. Oh my goodness, this is very clever. Look at this box now. Now, this 5 up here, which I was very interested in for stopping 5s being on these white dots, also stops a 5 being on this white dot. So I can't put 4 or 6 on this white dot because it won't have 5 on it, and therefore it would be incorrect once I swap the other digit, the other of 4 and 6, onto it. Now that means, where are 4 and 6 in this box? And the interesting thing, I think, is that at least one of them has to be in the 11 cage, which means that in the finished grid we have to be prepared to swap the other one. You know, if this was 4 and became 6, how are we going to reduce the value? It's going to have both of them in it. So I think so this is 4 and 6, this is 1. This is sick. This is really clever. Now, this is very clever, because now this white dot has to have an even digit on it, and that's going to have to be 2, and it can't have a 1 on it, so that's a 2, 3, and this is a 1. And now, okay, I don't quite know what that's doing, but it does mean that these are 2, 3, and 7, 8 in some order. This is a 1 by Sudoku, so that's a 2 by Sudoku, so this isn't 2, so that isn't 3, and that does feel like it's logical. What are those digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 5, 7, 9, perhaps? Okay, that's good. Oh, no, okay. Look at column 4, and imagine that this top pair was 7, 8. Where are we putting 2 and 3 in the column? I think we've only got one cell available for the 2 and the 3. And obviously, although this puzzle may be called Schrödinger, it's not a puzzle with Schrödinger cells in it. Not really, anyway. So this can't simultaneously be 2 and 3. So the 2, 3 must go at the top of the column. This is now a 7, 8 pair. Oh, bobbins, I don't know what that means. I'm sure it means something. I just can't see what it is. Oh, 3. 3 in column 5 I can place. So 3. Why haven't I got... Oh, yes, okay. So 3 is in one of these. And if 3 is on the dot, it's going to have a 4 the other side. Oh, which is a funny digit. How can that be? That doesn't work, does it? If I put 3 here, this would have to be 4 because it can't be 2. And again, this is going to become a 6 in the correct solution, or in the alternative solution, and the white dot won't work. So it's the same point we saw before. So this is 3, which means this is 1, 7, which means this is not 4. That's all we get from that. It could be 6 or 8 if this was 7. This is a 1 in the corner. This is a 1 over here by Sudoku. So let's double click our 1s and see if we can do better. 1 is... Oh yes, we can. 1 in box 1 is actually placed, I think. Now... I mean, something I'm seeing is that 7... Oh, it's broken. Oh, no, it's okay. No, it's okay. 7 in this box is on a white dot. I don't know which one, but it is. And that 7 can't go with 6 for the same reason the 3 couldn't be on the white dot and go with 4. If we put the 7 with the 6, once we think of the 6 as a 4, its split personality will break the puzzle. So 7 has to go on with 8, which means this square is not an 8. One of these is a 7, 8 pair. And 8 is now in this domino, which means that that squares an 8, and that, oops, and that squares a 7. Which does nothing, really. I don't think it's doing anything. Okay. Okay, right, got it. Okay, look at this box again and think about 4. 4 is on a white dot. Now, we've already learned that if we're doing that, we have to partner up with the 5 so that when we switch the 4 for a 6 in our minds, it'll still work. So these are 7, 8 and 4, 5, which means this is 9. These squares are now 5, 8, which means this is 9. This column's done. We need to put 9 in it. These squares are 4, 6, 7. And this digit is available to us. That's a 6, I think. Oh, which is naughty. So let's put that in. So this column hasn't had 5, 8, 9, I think. Let's put that in. That's definitely not 8. 6 comes out of this one. We might be about to get a little bit of noise off camera, hopefully off camera. I can't tell, but I can hear things that suggest there might be about to be an interruption. I'll keep going. Now, let's see. Come on, Simon. We're not a million miles away. 7 in row 4 is in one of 2 places. So it can't be in any of these. I haven't really thought about this white dot sequence. What else have I not thought about? Can I do some Sudoku somehow, some way? I've got this funny arrow here. I mean, is this arrow under any pressure? If this was... This digit can't be 1 or 2, can it? Now, if it was 3, this would be a 4. That definitely won't work, because then it would become a 6, and that the maths wouldn't work. So it's not a 3 here. And if it's a 4 here, it becomes... Yeah, it can't be a 4, actually, by Sudoku. Oh, hang on. What is this digit? Sorry, I didn't realise this. It's seeing 4 and 6, which, because I've made them red, I'm not sort of scanning properly. So this is a big digit. Oh, it can't be 7, because that would be 8. So this must be 8. Oh, sorry. So that's 8. This is 9. That's relatively straightforward. This is 5 now. So this is 7, 8, or 9, because it's got to be consecutive with a great big digit. And that means 8 is in one of these 2 cells, which doesn't do anything. 9 has to be in one of 2 cells in box 6, which means 9 is placed, actually, in box 7. And we can probably do some other magical things, and those things are going to include putting 6 as a pencil mark into one of those, 6 as a pencil mark into one of these, 4 as a pencil mark into one of those. Actually, I've completely messed up doing my colouring, haven't I? I'm not sure. Is it serving terribly much as a purpose? Maybe it could be. Maybe I should be a bit less cavalier about not making things green, because actually, you know, when you've got 4 and 6 in a row like we have there, or 4 and 6 in a column, we can green things. That can't be 4 or 6. 1 is definitely not 4 or 6. 1 and 9 are not 4 and 6. Is this doing anything useful? Probably not. Let's think about it. Oh, nearly. Actually, it's nearly interesting. You nearly have to put 6 on that, which of course would mean 5 has to go on it as well. Five could be down here, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not sure where to look actually. Can I put 5 on that dot? I think maybe I could. I'm not certain I can't, so I'm going to have to hunt around, I think, for more logical things. Now where do we look then? I might have to do some pencil marking, which I know is totally anathema. I mean, okay, that digit is even. I think that might be wrong, but it sees 1, 3, 9. It sees 5, and I've got a 7 pencil marked up there. Yeah, so that's an even digit. Okay, that's going to help a little. It's not 8. It's not 2. Oh, so that's important. So that's a naughty digit. Now we've learnt already, haven't we, that when we put the naughty digits on the white dots, they have to be next to 5. Which means this is also a naughty digit. I don't know if it's the same one. Oh, that's a horrible question. I would tend to think it can't be, but I'm not sure. Now, okay, so 5 is now in one of these two cells, which means 4 must be above it on its white dot. So we can take 4 out of these two. 5, 7, 8 triple in row thingy. So 7 is in one of these, which means 8 is above it. So this has become a 4, 8 pair. This has become a 5, 7 pair. Therefore, this is an 8. This is a 5. Now, does that help us? I don't know. That can't be 7 anymore. So that's a naughty digit. This can't be 4 anymore. Doesn't. Oh, we should be able to. Oh no, hang on. What's going on? Yeah, that's good. There's a 4 in one of those. So that is a 6. This is a 7. This is a 4. This is a 6. So 4 gets redified down here. This is a 4 by Sudoku, of all things. I mean, that's an outrage, making me do Sudoku in your Sudoku puzzle, JT. Right, these are 2, 7, 8. That's not... Oh, this is a naked single. That's a 7. It sees 8 and it sees 2 on the arrow. So in this column, we must put the 4 here. So this digit... we need to put a 6 somewhere, don't we? And what else do we need? Is it a 3? 3 and 6. So... yeah, if this, well, I've got a 6 pencil mark, which I'll trust there. So that's 3, that's 6, that gets redded, that gets greened. These, well, let's do the 3 digits there instead. Oh, whoopsie. Those 3 digits are 2, 5, 7. Which I'm not sure if I can do. I can do a little bit. That's not 5. Okay. This column has a 4 and a 6 in it, so everything else is, of course, green. There's a 4 and a 6 in this box. So one of these is a funny digit, but I don't know which one it is. Apologies if you do. 9 in this box can't go on the white dot because it would be a 9, 8 pair. That's going to break that cell. So 9 is in one of bobbins. I thought it was going to be here, but it's actually not, is it? No, I think it's got 3 possible positions. Oh no, hang on, I've got a 9. Oh no, hang on, I've got a 9 down there. So it is there. 9, 8. This is not an 8 in the corner now. That's odd. 9 is here apparently, using the power of Sudoku. Let's double click 9s. Can we do more with 9s? 9 is in one of 2 cells in box 1. Oh, bobbins, I don't know then. Oh goodness, I've got to put a 4 or a 6 into one of those, but I don't know if it's that one. But if it... No, hang on, it can't be this one. Gosh, when will I learn? You can't put 6 on a white dot unless it's next to 5. So this is a 2, this is a 1, this is a 7. That's been available for ages. You've been shouting at me about that, and I deserved it. I deserved it, so don't feel bad. Oh, look, this is finishing it, is it? I shouldn't have said that, but it might be. This is now a 4 or a 6, which is definitely a red digit. This is a 2. We don't quite know, do we, whether 5 is... 5 is in one of 2 places, so it definitely could be on this dot. We might be able to do... there could be some Sudoku going on here as well, because that was a flurry of activity that we haven't really had before. I can't... It feels like there must be something there, doesn't it? Maybe row 5. What do we need in that row? We need 3, 4, 6, 8. Can we do something with... Oh, we can't put 8 on this dot, because this couldn't be 7 or 9. Okay, I'm going to pencil mark it. So 3, 4, 6, 8. Now, that can't be 8, I've just discovered. If it's 3... No, it's not 3. Because now this would have to be 4, and we've learnt that's impossible, because once it gets switched to a 6... So this is it. There we go. That's the naughty digit, which means everything else in this box is now a nice digit, a nice kind digit. It means we have to put 5 here, which means that's 5, that's 7, that's 8, that's 4, that's... Oh, this is going to do things. Look, look. Yes. 6 must go there. That's a Sudoku point to emerge from the Schrödinger fog. 3 has to go there by Sudoku. That is 8 by Sudoku. So this is 8. 8, 2, 7, 2, 5 pair. I don't know if that's resolved by something. I can't see. Right, let's do all of... Oh, careful. Do all of the greening. A little bit of redding. That's now got to be a red 6. Not a red 5, so it's not standing by. And... okay, all of the 4s and 6s are done, and hopefully we're just left with a little old patch of Sudoku to finish. 7 in that column goes here. So 7, 2, 9 in the corner, 9, 5, 5, 2, 2, 3, 3 there by Sudoku, 3 there by Sudoku. If we haven't made a ricket, that's a 7. Now, before we click anything, we are going to just stare at this and make sure. So it's very, well, it's not very easy to see. Let's do let's highlight the 6s. Now, if those 6s, which colour? Let's give the. So imagine those 6s all became 4s in the alternative solution. I think interestingly, the only place that matters is here really, where the white dot saves it. It's still correct. Now the 4s, on the other hand, if they... I don't know what to highlight them to make them clear. I'm trying to find a good colour and oh no. Let's make them light blue. Now if they all became 6s, that would work. These two would swap positions, so that's fine. This would work. This would work. It's brilliant. It's absolute. It must be correct, mustn't it? I mean, gosh, oh my goodness, it's really old. I thought it was a new puzzle. Well, never mind. That was fantastic. JT, what an interesting idea. What an interesting idea. I think that's going to cause quite a lot of comment, actually. The swappable digit pair. Very cool. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.